everybody, and welcome back to the Get Real Estate podcast. I'm your host, your moderator, Carlos, the professional geek Barra, and today I'm with the busiest lady in the business in real estate in Las Cruces, Miriam. Miriam, if you can just tell us your firm's name and how long you've been in real estate.
Hi, Carlos. I really appreciate you doing this, and I love your energy as always. I wish I had that energy.
2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, I probably need coffee. I try to stay away from that because then I don't sleep at night. I don't sleep as it is. So, anyways, today, Carlos, I wanted to talk to you and everybody out there about the market, not only in Las Cruces, but we're seeing this across the U.S. It is a hot market. We have a lot of people looking to buy homes because of the interest rates being so low. A lot of people are also refinancing, and we'll touch on that later. But it is a super hot market even here in Little Las Cruces.
Okay, so when you say hot market, can you delve a little deeper on what makes a market hot? Because and again, we even saw this kind of when we sold our home and bought our new one, and it was like we just kept on hearing it's a hot market, it's a hot market. What makes this environment quote unquote hot?
Well, it was a hot market back then, but it's way hotter right now. I just got this question asked, and I saw this meme on Facebook, and I'm like, that's a perfect definition. So you guys remember back in March when everybody was fighting over toilet paper? Same situation right now on home. So as any they're lost in the universe, right? Even if you don't believe in the law of gravity, for example, if you throw an apple, it will fall. So the law of economics is supply and demand, right? That's what drives any market. So right now what we're seeing is a high demand, which means a lot of people are looking for homes and very low inventory. Even new construction, they have slowed down. They have a waiting time for up to a year, some builders. So we need more inventory. We need more homes to sell. So if you have been thinking of selling your home, right now is the time. Listing prices have increased. Last year, 2019, the median list price was 229, and right now, same month, we are at 279,000. We are seeing historically high equity on homes. Back whenever the market crashed in 2008, people didn't have enough equity. That's why they went under, right? Right now, they have built equity on their homes. So we are at a way better position than back in 2008. I understand it's scary. We have all of these high numbers on unemployment and people living off of assistance, right? And it's nerve-wracking. But the reality is interest rates are super low. I believe there's still jobs out there waiting for this crisis to pass, and hopefully our economy will come back and be strong. I have great faith in the American economy. So with that being said, I wanted to talk today, Carlos, about what people are seeing out there on the internet. I've received several calls from several buyers who call me because they want me to help them, and they tell me, look, I've been working with my realtor for 3 months. I feel that he or she is not really looking out for me because they don't send me any homes. I can't find a home. And I tell them, well, you're being taken care of. It's just a very hot market. There's not a lot of inventory. Just be patient, and you have to be very responsive. When a house comes on the market, that says active and you might like it, go and look at that house right away. I've put an offer on Sunday where the house was it had not been on the market, not even 24 hours. By the end of Sunday, they had 5 offers.
Wow.
So if you're a buyer, don't go or a seller, don't go thinking, okay, I'm going to overprice my house, because they're always going to try to negotiate. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way in this market. We will see multiple offers, and at the end of the day, homes are going to sell for what they're worth. I have a listing. Um, it's a little bit overpriced. The sellers know. We've received a total of maybe between 9 and 10 offers. They've all been within the same range of the price that I told them. I think this is the price that it's going to sell for. It has been within that range. So buyers, whenever you're out there looking at Zillow, Trulia, or Homes, or Realtor.com, if you see a house that says active, right now is your time to act. Go look at it, drive by, call your realtor, tell them to show it to you. Give an offer that you're going to be comfortable with. Don't lowball it and then say, oh, shoot, I really like that house. And there was the highest and best, and they went with that. So don't play any games right now. It's not the time to be playing games. Offer what you're going to be content with offering. Um, so that's the active. A lot of times you're going to see on this website that says pending or pending continue to show. What that means is somebody already went, looked at the house, liked the house, put in a purchase agreement or an offer, and they told them, hey, here's what I'm offering. They negotiated on those terms, and now they have an agreement. They have sent the contract to the title company and to the lender, and they're giving the opportunity to that buyer to finalize inspections and loan and all of these other contingencies. So for about 30 to 60 days, that house will show pending or pending continue to show. Pending continue to show means that the buyer is still doing their due diligence, they're doing their inspections, they're gonna come back and request cures for those objections on the inspection, and that is when you can put either a backup offer or you can still keep that house on the loop in case it comes back on the market. When it says pending, then that means that there's really not that many contingencies, only other than the closing. So can you go still look at those houses? Absolutely. Can you put an offer? Yes, go ahead. But it's going to be a backup offer. In case this first buyer falls through, then your offer, if it's accepted, will continue with the whole process with you. And then the last one is closed. So what that means is that the house has sold. You still have access to the pictures online and all of that because there's a record for years of these houses. But there's a new homeowner living in that house most likely. Now, remember, whenever you're looking at these websites and Zillow and Trulia and all of these websites other than Realtor.com, their job is to drive traffic to their website. How are they going to do that? They're going to do that by promoting homes. So you see a lot of pre-foreclosure coming up. That's not true. It's not real. Call your realtor and ask them if the house is in fact on the market. Most likely, 99 times out of 100, it's not on the market. It's not active. They're just trying to drive traffic to their website. So those websites are a great tool for realtors and for buyers, but they're not accurate and they're not reliable. That's why you need a real estate professional to guide you through the process. Anything else, Carlos? Am I missing anything?
No, no, you're doing a great job. So one of the questions that I've always had, and we kind of saw this too, when it says pending,
Uh-huh.
I mean, is it something that you really have to be in love with that house when it says pending still showing, so you can put in that backup offer, especially in a hot market? Because again, we know these houses are moving very quickly. Is it even worth the time as a buyer? Should we just kind of, unless again, we have to be madly in love with this, or should we just move on and find that other house?
That's a really good point, Carlos. Whenever you put in a backup offer on a home that is pending that already has a contract, you cannot go ahead and put any other offers on other homes because you already compromised per se to purchase this home. So you have to be in love with the house. That's what I would say because it's a hot market and we have inventory, we have homes popping up all the time, all day long. I have notifications on my phone. As soon as something comes up, I call my buyers, hey, let's go right now. We're seeing a lot. I've sold two homes in the last week that buyers are out of town and we're doing Zoom meeting, right? I show them their home and they put in an offer like that. So we need to move fast on it. This is not the market where you say, oh, let me think about it for 2 3 days. Within a few hours, that home is going to be sold.
Okay, so the market's hot. So active is literally active, act now, right? So that active is
Yes.
now. You see that house, call your realtor, say, hey, we have this house, or hopefully the realtor's done their job, and send them over and then say, hey, check out this home. I think this is a great fit for you. Let's go look at it. So, right. So active, act now before you miss that opportunity to get the home that you're going to love. Your pending, and your pending continue to show is there's been an offer made, and so contracts have been sent to the lenders as well as inspections have started. So you really have to love that house so you can make that second offer, but you also don't want to lock yourself in to offering on another house. And then closed is, well, everything's kind of finalized, and somebody is now the owner of that home. And someplace like Zillow, a lot of times too, I look at that going, they haven't caught up, right? Because they're relying on databases, they're relying on things that get updated. And even when that stuff has been updated to MLS or wherever they're pulling their database from, that may not be updated. And so their information may be wrong. So do I have that right?
You have that right. And there's also for sale by owners.
Yes, for sale by owner. So I remember that. Okay, so what's the process there of with somebody like a buyer? And so do they still go through the realtor? Because I know that was kind of a weird thing too. When we bought our house, we looked at it for sale by owner. We loved that house. It went very quickly, but there was some other things where, and so, but that's when we contacted you. So with that, we look at it going, okay, so what is the role of for sale by owner with a buyer and a realtor?
Well, in Spanish, we have this saying that is called zapatero a tu zapato. So this is for most people the biggest investment of their life. Do they want to DIY it, or do you want a professional to be protecting your investment? And that's what it boils down to. There's so many things that could go wrong in a transaction. There's so many points of contact that need to happen during the transaction, that we ensure all of those things happen so we protect your investment. So uh, I always tell my clients, even customers, even if you find a for sale by owner, you call me. I'll call the for sale by owner. I'll negotiate the commission with them. Most likely, this for sale by owner will contribute or cooperate with a realtor. So don't do yourself a disservice just by going alone and putting yourself in jeopardy and your investment too.
Yeah, and I kind of see that too, where it's like going, especially when we worked with you on getting this house going, how much was involved with negotiations, the inspections, you know, the communications that went back and forth, but also those contracts. Those contracts are pretty darn intimidating. And so I could not imagine a for sale by owner developing their own contract that's not looked over by a professional, or their attorneys, and their attorneys know loopholes. And of course, this may be also be my paranoia, but I'm going, you know, I look at these contracts going, they're a form of protection for both parties in general, and you just don't know what's on there.
And we have an attorney, right, in with the Association of Realtors. We have an attorney that drafts all of these contracts. That's why they're so long. We're seeing contracts anywhere from 55 to 75 pages that have been drafted by an attorney. And not only that, that there's a roundtable of professionals telling that the real estate attorney, hey, we need this, or hey, we need this other thing on the contract. Hey, we've seen a lot of this situation going on. How can we protect our customers? So the contract is written out to protect everybody. What the realtors do, we have the expertise. Yes, we just filling in the blanks, and that's what you want. You don't want a realtor to pretend to be an attorney unless he or she is, in fact, an attorney. But we have the expertise and the experience to protect your interests, filling out those contracts and making sure all of the forms are there, and making sure all of the different inspections are taking place. So
Awesome. Miriam, thank you so much. This has been very knowledgeable, enlightening. And so I always thank you for sharing that knowledge and sharing it for a potential buyer in Las Cruces, because again, I look at this as going, you're the professional in your industry, and we rely on realtors to know what's going on in this industry, and especially to protect that buyer. So again, thank you so much for sharing that knowledge. And viewer, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch the Get Real Estate podcast. And you can click the notification bell. So every time you click that and we post up a new video, you will get notifications sent to your emails. Like, subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I think you guys are still doing TikTok. And so, yeah, just follow us. You can find us anywhere. And so again, Miriam, thank you so much for your time. I am just so grateful for your knowledge and sharing that.
thank you, Carlos. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.